Hey YouTube, Chef here, with an announcement video. First off, I'd like to wish you all an extremely belated happy holidays and a happy new year. And I apologize if I'm looking down a lot in this phone. It's the first time I'm using a script from one of these videos, because I'm clearly a professional. Um, Some of you know I recently moved from New York to San Diego. Between the move, getting acclimated to San Diego, family visiting for the holidays, I work retail, which is really busy this time of year. Between all of that, I didn't have a lot of time to make videos. But now that my visiting family has gone home and the holidays are past and work is calming down a bit more, and I'm more just acclimated to San Diego. Um, I've got more times on my hand and would like to delve into making more videos for the channel. I have a list of ideas of things I want to do. There's, of course, the retail series I have mentioned previously that I have yet to start because I'm a failure. I'm currently deciding between 3 different stories that I want to get off on the right start. I want the first video to be representative of the series as a whole, as in what you can expect regularly from it. I've also been mulling over the idea of covering the decks I'm currently using at locals. I've been doing what I like to call a 10-minute deck building challenge, where I look through my cards, make a deck in 10 minutes, and then bring the haphazard mess to locals to get completely annihilated. Because they're not good. I sold a lot of my good cards because I don't have any tournaments until nationals is what, like 6-7 months away. There's no reason to be holding on to $80 Ash Blossoms for locals. Then I could possibly talk about what can be improved on it, how I did, my thoughts on the deck as a whole, and any possible future support coming out, or what the deck really needs. There is also Nationals later in the year, which I will hopefully be attending. I do have my invite already, so it really comes down to where it is being held, if I can find someone else to go with, and how much money I really have to spare. I will say that I will likely be going, though. I am planning on going. And I'm going to do absolutely horrifically. So if you had any high hopes, I'm sorry to disappoint you. And my X8 report is gonna disappoint you. Next up is Overwatch. I haven't talked about this before, so if you don't know, Overwatch is a very popular game made by Blizzard. It's an offbeat FPS team-based game where you pick one of currently 26 heroes to play on one of the maps, which is random. And each map is assigned one of 4 different game modes. It's really interesting and it's a lot of fun. Even if you aren't great with twitchy FPS controls, the game is lenient towards you, as not all the heroes rely on that. There are some that shoot projectiles rather than hit scans, which would be like Call of Duty, wherever you point, it's where it shoots. Whereas projectiles maybe have an arc to them and that sort of thing, or a delay. Some characters have beams that lock on to others. In one case, actually, the beam just heals or damage boosts. In the other 2 cases, they deal damage. One deals damage and heals yourself, which is crazy. One character, Wom, is the bane of many's existence and is one of my personal favorites. Her name is May, and she has a freeze ray, which is also projectile. It can shoot an icicle for farther distance. But she has a freeze ray. So she can freeze you in place and give you all of 2 seconds to think about all of your life decisions up to that point as she slowly lines up her headshot. and you cry. And of course, there is the man, the myth, the legend himself, Reinhardt, who is a Dark Souls character inside of an FPS, and he has a gigantic hammer that will crush your skull. Don't fuck with Reinhardt. Don't do it. But what does this have to do with my channel, though? Well, I've been playing the game a lot more since I moved, and recently the Overwatch League started, which is an actual, like, esports league created by Blizzard. They've sunk a ton of money into it. It's really legit, and it looks like it's a ton of fun. I am actually planning on going to one of the games next month. I really want to see the Dallas Fuel rematch with Seoul Dynasty. This is the best game I've ever seen, and I'd like to see the rematch a lot. And it's in LA, the Blizzard Arena, which isn't that far from me. It's like a couple-hour train ride, so I can like cover that and the Blizzard Arena, talk about it for anyone who is maybe interested in going, and say what it was sort of like, Also, furthermore, I have quite a few funny moments recorded that I'd like to share. I should preface this that I do play on console, PS4 specifically. I do own it for PC, but I don't play it on there. My PC is above the requirements, but the graphics straight up look like Quake, which in and of itself would not really deter me, but my character glitching all over the screen and it crashing and me just not being able to aim at all because of that, because the other day I rocket jumped as soldier and I landed by the enemy spawn on the other side of the map. And then it froze. And then after like 2 minutes, it finally unfroze. And I was standing in spawn, having died. And then it froze, and I got kicked for inactivity. And then the game crashed. And that's pretty much any time I attempt to play it. But yeah. But I do want to share those funny moments. Lastly, I'm going to start a retrospective on the manga One Piece. I've wanted to start a retrospective for a while. At first, I wanted to do Harry Potter. However, One Piece is still ongoing, and if I start now, I can hopefully finish the retrospective before we reach the Wano arc, and then I can do reviews as it comes out. The longer I wait to cover One Piece, the longer the series will get, and the more I'll have to cover before finally reaching where the manga currently is. Also, all of my books got lost during shipping, and I would have to repurchase all the Harry Potter books, other than the first, as I did have the Sorcerer's Stone in my suitcase. Well, carry-on. But that's what is currently in store for 2018. Retail, One Piece retrospective, Yu-Gi-Oh! Locals coverage with decks built in 10 minutes, and possibly, hopefully, Yu-Gi-Oh! Nationals. So, here's to 2018.